Early morning in the desert of Saudi Arabia. Already the heat waves are dancing off hot aircraft metal. The F-15Es of the 4th Tactical Fighter Wing sit on the tarmac in the hot sun, motionless, except for a few streamers blowing in the breeze. But that's only because these airplanes fly at night, and soon they will come to life. Elsewhere, the day fighters are busy on a scale not seen to this point. The air war is increasing in tempo and intensity. $100,000 sorties are what it took to bring about a military victory of staggering scope. F-15Cs were up as well. These birds from the 1st Tactical Fighter Wing took on the task of air superiority, hunting down Iraqi jet fighters. The effort met with success early on. The first air-to-air shoot-down of the war is an F-15 taking out an Iraqi Mirage F-1, similar to this one. However, the F-15s find that most of the aerial opposition stays in hardened shelters or heads to airfields in the far north of the country. The assault was to be swift and massive. Among the first to take to the runway are the F-15 Strike Eagles from the 4th Tactical Fighter Wing, fully loaded with precision-guided bombs and air-to-air missiles. As their afterburners punch blazing red holes in the night sky, a page in aviation history is about to turn. And while historians will long debate the politics, ramifications, and unforeseen outcomes of the war, one fact was quite clear. One would be hard-pressed to find a case where air power proved to be more decisive than here, under the blazing skies of the Gulf, during Operation Desert Storm.
The F-15 Eagle was designed from the ground up for tactical dominance in any airspace. 2 afterburning turbofans could unleash a massive 48,000 pounds of combined thrust, enough power to break the sound barrier even while flying straight up. With a top speed of over Mach 2.5, the F-15 would be the fastest fighter jet ever produced by the United States. For peak performance, the engines were fitted with variable air intakes, with a computerized air inlet control system adjusting to ensure optimal airflow at any speed or angle of attack. Where earlier fighters like the F-4 had a reduced wing area for high supersonic speeds, in the F-15 engineers instead opted for low wing loading, which combined with a high thrust-to-weight ratio delivered superior maneuverability. For maximum situational awareness, the cockpit was mounted high in the fuselage, with a canopy offering a commanding 360-degree view, along with a digital heads-up display fully integrated with radar and avionics. 8 Sparrow and Sidewinder missiles were mounted under the wings and along the fuselage. But if things got up close and personal, a 20mm Gatling gun could dish out 6,000 rounds a minute. And for maximum survivability, engineers designed in triple redundant hydraulics, low vulnerability flight controls, and a reinforced airframe. With its combination of speed, power, and agility, the F-15 was ready to earn its place as one of the greatest fighters ever built. The first prototype was unveiled in June 1972, just 3 years after McDonnell Douglas was given the go-ahead. The new fighter was put through an extensive testing program, and it would have to prove itself against the best of what the Air Force had to offer. Up against the heavy F-4 Phantom, the F-15 looked assured and in control, easily making quick work of the interceptor.
Yeah, tell me how his nose isn't on me, but I'm in deep trouble here. F-4, you're about to get gunned.
Even the smaller, lighter F-5, used to simulate more agile MiG fighters in combat, struggled to shake the larger F-15.
Overhead. I can't do anything about it.
Box 1 on the F-5, nose down.
In nearly every engagement, whether beyond visual range or close-in dogfighting, the F-15 commanded an overwhelming advantage. With a true air superiority fighter on their hands, the Air Force was ready to send a message to the Soviet Union. Only a year and a half earlier, the Soviets posted new time-to-climb world records with the MiG-25. Now, the F-15 was about to erase them. In 1975, engineers stripped a pre-production F-15 of its non-mission critical components, even removing its paint to make it as light as possible. In the cold, dense air of North Dakota, the Eagle made a series of climbs from a dead stop, rocketing up to altitudes as high as 30 kilometers, right to the edge of the Earth's stratosphere. Not only did the F-15 beat the MiG's records, it shattered them by more than 25%. The Air Force had a winner on their hands, and the F-15 Eagle would come to be recognized as one of the most successful fighter development programs in history. By 1974, the fighter was already in mass production, with over 400 early F-15A and B models ordered for the U.S. Air Force. And America's allies were also eager to get their hands on the new jet. The first foreign operator was Israel, beginning in 1976, followed by Japan a couple years later, and Saudi Arabia. And with some of the first F-15s being deployed at West German air bases, right on the Soviet Union's doorstep, it seemed only a matter of time before the new fighter faced off against the MiG-25. F-15s scored their first victories in 1979, when Israeli pilots downed 4 Syrian MiG-21s in a single engagement. Over the years, the Eagle would win air battle after air battle, clearing the skies of adversaries almost as a matter of routine. Today, F-15s have racked up more than 100 victories without a single defeat, a record unmatched by any fighter in history. Early F-15A and B models were soon joined by C and D variants, improving on the aircraft's range, payload, and weapon systems. Originally conceived as an air superiority fighter, the F-15 would also be developed into a formidable ground attack aircraft, leveraging the fighter's superior range, speed, and payload. Nearly a half-century after taking to the skies, the F-15 remains vital to the U.S. Air Force, with deliveries beginning in 2021 of the F-15EX, a thoroughly modernized replacement for the F-15C.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification icon for the latest videos as they are released. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.
Question 3, go ahead.